Hi guys, so I'm going to do a different type of video. I'm going to show you my trade paperback collection. Now, I think I'm planning on getting more trade paperbacks. I'm not entirely sure right now, but here are the ones I currently have. I have a separate single issue comic collection in a bin. If you guys want to see that video, it'll probably be very short because I don't have very many of those, but in cases anyway. Some, like, when I was a kid, I didn't really take care of my comics. So some of the ones you may notice are not very well taken care of because when I got them when I was like a little kid and I kept them, and they were a bit damaged from when I was. But most of these are pretty good condition, I think. Yeah, I gotta get a new shelf because like my shelf's all slanted, collapsed, and I got some books down here. I won't really talk about those, but I got some Star Wars books here. Um, I haven't really read any of them. Honestly, they're just kind of just sitting there. But I'll try to talk in detail about the comics I've read on the shelf. So the first one, it's in I just recently organized it, so it's by character and also by like relative chronological order. So it's Batman Year One. I think that's a very good comic. I read that on my channel. Um, I do think that Commissioner Gordon is kind of it's kind of weird because Commissioner Gordon has a very big role in it, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing because beforehand he didn't really have much characterization, and that comic gave him characterization. So I've seen people on YouTube complain about that, but I wouldn't really, because I mean it gives like a Batman character like more characterization, but and that's just my opinion. Batman the Man Who Laughs, which is like a Joker origin story retelling. That's a pretty good book. It's kind of short though. Batman in the 40s is like a compilation of different Batman comics in the 1940s. I used to own Batman Chronicles #1, which was like a reprint of the first like 15 issues of Detective or Batman's Detective Comics run. But I don't know, it got destroyed because I had it when I was a kid. I didn't take care of my comics when I was a kid, so I don't have it anymore. Showcase Presents Batman. I had that for a very long time. Considering how long I had it, it's actually kind of good condition. Yeah, it's just like a compilation of different 60s Batman stories. I think I saw one at a thrift store, and it was a Flash one. Showcase Presents the Flash. I wish I could have bought that, but there's Batman Arkham Asylum, A Serious House on Serious Earth. I think that's a really good comic, and yeah, it's very dark and creepy though. I wouldn't recommend. Um, well, I don't know. Yeah, I'd probably recommend. Yeah, I'd probably recommend it, but it's you should give a warning beforehand. That's very disturbing, and there's a lot of like very weird, like bad subject matter. Batman Nightfall Volume 1. This was before I think the omnibus came out. I don't have any of the omnibuses because I think that's how you say it because they're really expensive. They're like $200, so I don't have any of them. But that's collects Batman Nightfall. That's actually probably my favorite Batman story line, and I plan to do the whole thing. It's very long though. The next one is Batman Private Casebook, which was like stories written in the late 2000s. So there's ones about like Ra's al Ghul and the new Scarface ventriloquist and Scarface. Just kind of small little stories by Paul Dini. Batman Cacophony by Kevin Smith. That's an okay comic. I don't know. I don't think it's. I don't know. I don't think it's that. It's an okay comic. I think. Onomatopoeia is an interesting villain. I'm gonna read all these one day. I'll read all these comics one day. Batman R.I.P. is a really good comic. I recommend reading that. Um, Batman, I think, is like, he almost dies, and Batman goes like insane in it and starts like beating people. Like, he starts seeing Batmite as a hallucination and starts going crazy because the evil of the Black Glove mind control him. There's Batman: The Return of Bruce Wayne. I don't know. I think maybe they should have just kept Bruce Wayne dead as like a sacrifice, but of course, in comics, usually characters never stay dead. It's very rare for them to stay dead. Batman: The Court of Owls is a really amazing story. Um, this the continuation, Batman: The City of Owls, again, really good. Um, Batman: a Death, or The Death of the Family, which is interesting. It actually came with I lost it, but it came with the cover over Joker's face, and like it flipped. It was Joker's deformed face, and then it became Joker's this face. That's really creepy. I'll put that one down here. I'll put that back later. So Batman 66, which is the a comic book retelling of the Adam West Batman. It's all right. Batman Gotham by Gaslight, which is a pretty good novel. It's really or comic. It's really short though. It's Batman trying to fight Jack the Ripper. The film adaptation was like completely different. It added a lot of stuff because the original was very bare bones, but the animated film adaptation, I don't know if I'd say it was better or not. It was pretty good. I like both of them. I think the twist was probably better in the animated movie version. Yeah, definitely. But Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, people say is the best Batman comic. I think it's pretty good comic. Pretty interesting. Um, Batman Beyond, Hush Beyond. That's pretty good. It's pretty interesting comic. Um, yeah, it's pretty good. There's a lot of minor villains like Calendar Man, like uh, as like an old man in that. There's all these like weird minor villains in that comic, and it also explains what happens to Dick Grayson in Batman Beyond. Batman Under the Cowl, which is a compilation of different people wearing Batman's costumes. So Batman Beyond, John Paul Valley, Dick Grayson, and Damian Wayne, like all like their 10 years as Batman. It's like a compilation of it. There's a bunch of Batman Arkham ones. So this comic's really weird. Batman Arkham Origins. It's an adaptation of the game, but it's like a choose your own adventure type thing where like in certain panels you die, and then it's really unique comic. I might read it one day. I think someone recommended me read that. I'm not sure. Batman Arkham City. That's pretty good. That's in just a. It's like a prequel of It's a prequel. Arkham Origins is also a prequel to the game, but this is a prequel taking place before the game. It's all right. Arkham Knight, same thing. It's a prequel to the game Arkham Knight. Batman Earth One. I don't really know what to think about Batman Earth One. It's an alright comic. I don't really really like it. I'm not too. I mean, they already did Batman's origin before, but I guess they're trying to do it like the Ultimate Comics. I got both of those. Um, yeah. It's in Batman Earth One. They made Harvey Dent's sister Two Face instead of Harvey Dent, and they made like Harvey Dent into like an asshole for some reason. Like and like when Harvey Dent died, and I think her name is Jessica Dent, Two Face's sister. When she becomes the Two Face in Batman Earth One, she like adapts part of his personality. Also, Killer Croc is a good guy. And I think there's a third volume of this that came out, but I don't have it. So Beware the Batman, which is a very short-lived, I think a very underrated show. This comic's alright. Batman Adventures, which is like a side thing to the animated series, takes place in the same continuity. Batman Vampire, which is a compilation of the 3 stories where Batman is a vampire. It's an Elseworld story where he like kills Dracula, but then becomes a vampire and kills everybody. And there's a lot of death in it. Dark Knight Strikes Again, which is a very misinterpreted sequel to Dark Knight Returns. People think it really sucks. I think people don't understand. I think it's supposed to be actually a parody. I don't think it's actually supposed to be serious as a comic. It's supposed to be a parody of Batman, like really edgy comics. And so I'll just put these ones back down. So I got this one, Bizarro, came out in 2015. It's okay. I haven't read it yet. I haven't read this one yet. Apparently it only lasted a few issues. DC Comics 0 Year, which adapts like the side stories in the story Batman 0 Year. I don't know, it doesn't adapt the actual whole Batman 0 Year storyline. It only adapts like the side, like crossover ones. DC The New Frontier. I like the movie Justice League Frontier. This is a good movie, Justice League New Frontier, and I like the comic too. This is volume 1, so this isn't the complete thing. Earth 2, I have volume 1 and 2 of that. I have that there because it's it's basically a Justice Society comic, and it was like a really unique retelling of the Justice Society characters. And that's what volume 2 looks like. This Final Crisis, which I think a lot of people don't like. I think it's an okay comic. The Flash Volume 1, I haven't read this yet. I've heard it's alright. I got that at like the dollar store, like thrift store. Arrow, Green Arrow, which is an adaptation of the live action TV show. Injustice Gods Among Us, I have the first comic of that. I don't like the story of Injustice because I don't think Superman would turn evil. I think it's kind of, well, Superman and the rest of the Justice League. It's kind of like a really bad Batman fan fiction. I really don't like this comic. I think it's stupid. But apparently people think it's the best comic. I don't understand why. I think it's not very good. It's actually probably the only comic here I think is not very good, which is very interesting. But so Invasion is pretty good. It's like an 80s crossover story. Joker, which is a very dark story. It's like it's Joker's hitman, and it follows him around. And there's a lot of I think there's some nudity in it. There's the Justice League New 52, which is pretty good. I like that. I liked it. It's actually a very pivotal story because it inspired the Justice League movie that actually came out. And this is volume 2, which isn't as good as volume 1. I don't have volume 3. Kingdom Come, which I'm reading right now, that's probably one of my favorite comics. And they have the biographies at the end. Robin, Son of Batman, which is about Damian Wayne. I haven't read this one. Death of Superman. This only covers the actual death. It doesn't cover like his funeral and return and that. It would be a lot bigger. Yeah, it'd be a lot bigger if it did, but it doesn't. I think there's definitely an omnibus for it. I don't know if I said it earlier, but I don't really get omnibuses because they're very expensive. Like I see they're like $200 and that. And Superman Red Son, which is a good comic. I like that. And the animated movie was good. Superman Unchained. I haven't read that, but from what I have read, it seems pretty good. Well, I hadn't finished it. Superman Man of Tomorrow. Actually, no, I think I did read Superman. I can't remember. I get confused between these two, but they're both pretty good, I think. Avengers Disassembled. So that's when the new event, before the new Avengers came, and all the Avengers teamed up to fight Scarlet Witch. Daredevil End of Days, which is like it's kind of like a what if story in the future, where Daredevil died and like they report on his death. Earth X, which is an amazing comic. It's like this. It's basically the Marvel version of Kingdom Come. That's a very good comic. It's set in like the future. And with like the same thing. Well, it doesn't. I don't think it has many artistic Easter eggs, but there's a lot of lore behind it in the background. Same as actually, there's probably more lore than Kingdom Come. Infinity Incoming. I haven't read this one. I don't know what it's really about. It's about the Inhumans or something, or in Thanos. Marvel 1602, which is a very unique story. It's like all the Marvel characters if they were in the 17th century. Siege Thunderbolts. I haven't read that. I had the Siege Avengers story trade paperback, but I don't have, or I had it years ago, but I don't have it now. It's the one where Captain America's on the cover, but I don't have it anymore. So this is like the first 15 issues. Like, so Amazing Spider-Man, Great Power. So it's the first, or no, 20 issues of Amazing Spider-Man by Steve Ditko. I think there's a larger version, like the omnibus goes to like number 40 or something like that. Spider-Man Brand New Day, Volume 1 and 2. Or sorry, 2 and 3. I lost Volume 1 years ago. Yeah, there used to be a cover over this, but I don't know where it went. And there's actually a Green Goblin sticker I put there when I was a kid. And there's Spider-Man. There's Spider-Man One More Day. There's a Black Cat sticker. Spider-Man New Ways to Die, which is an interesting story. Spider-Man fights the Thunderbolts. Yeah, Brand New Day was kind of like a relaunch after One More Day, which I don't have anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I had the trade paperback for that. Matters in Life and Death is a very good comic. Yeah, that's a very good comic. It is like Scorpion kills J. Jonah Jameson's wife. I kind of have to hurry up here. So, Ultimate Spider-Man. I got some of these. I don't have Volume 3, but I have 21 from years ago. Spider-Man 2099. Volume 2, I lost Volume 1 when I was a kid. X-Men Days of Future Past, it is a good story. Ultimate X-Men. I bought actually recently the first 3. They're interesting stories. They're not really the best, but they're okay. I got some Star Wars comics. Yeah, and Force Unleashed adaptation. And Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, like the first 10 issues or something like that. Some Transformers comics. So Target 2006, which is in the 80s. Some newer ones. And that's all my trade paperbacks. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. Thank you all for watching. and I'll see you guys later.